The United States' aging technical infrastructure is an issue that can no longer be set aside. With how rapidly technology evolves, we cannot afford to rely on systems created before the turn of the century. Many discrete parts of America's infrastructure are in dire need of attention, the more physically demanding being things such as bridges and army barracks, the more intellectually demanding being software and computer infrastructure. Unlike bridges, computer and software services are constantly becoming obsolete because of rapidly improving technology around the world. With this, far more attention is needed to be given to this sector of infrastructure to ensure that the systems we rely on are kept operational, secure, and up to date. Aside from the technical limitations of many of these outdated systems, there are biological limitations on their maintainers. Many of the people who built and maintained these systems back in the 70s are dying out or retiring, and universities are no longer teaching these outdated languages, leaving no one left to work on or maintain. In recent times, U.S. infrastructure has been getting noticeably worse. There has been some movement on this front with bills being introduced to target roads, bridges, public transportation, airports, and clean energy. Unfortunately, technical infrastructure is often reduced to improving internet speeds or ignored entirely. With software, there is an idea of a minimal viable product, that a product should be produced as quickly as possible. This is where many of the security issues are introduced. When teams are rushed to produce something, anything, they will cut corners on security to try and focus more on functionality, which leaves them and their users at risk. These risky practices have left us in a state of technical debt where things that once worked fine are falling apart because of the lack of attention to detail, and new technologies are introduced as well as exploits being discovered in these outdated or poorly developed systems. Some suggestions I would like to make are as follows. Analyze and catalog critical infrastructure that is being relied on so that we at least know what to keep an eye on down the road. When implementing new features, developers need to consider how this will hold up over time and, if need be, how easily it can be replaced with a different solution in the future. Companies should be incentivized to support software services over extended periods of time, opposed to creating a product just to drop support after a few years. I would recommend that more time and effort be put into creating future-proof solutions that can either be upgraded or easily replaced as technology improves and changes. Tech solutions are not something that can be set up and then forgotten about. People need to be aggressively monitoring and patching systems as time moves forward. The idea of working fast and breaking things is no longer acceptable. When these systems serve to sustain deeply critical systems such as healthcare and finances, time and effort need to be put into creating products that are safe, reliable, and functional. There has been some discussion from the White House with the February 26, 2024 press release recommending that future software be written in memory-safe languages, citing the language Rust as a memory-safe alternative to C or C++. Using tools that promote secure development is a terrific step towards creating foundationally secure software. We need to discover how much technical debt we have accumulated and come up with an aggressive plan to modernize these systems. There are currently a few general-purpose solutions that exist and could prove to be useful. However, targeted development could lead to much more future-proof and reliable systems. Implementing these recommendations could prove to be greatly beneficial to our technical infrastructure and what we are able to accomplish in the future with it as a foundation.